Sexual assault is a growing epidemic amongst athletes at the high school, college, and professional level. A few statistics that prove that are 20% of the top football recruits in the top 25 Division I teams have a criminal record. 1 in 3 sexual assaults are done by student athletes. And general population conviction rate of sexual assault is 80%, but for athletes, it's only 38%.
There were sexual assault allegations against 2 high school football players and another student. Tonight, there are reports classmates are now bullying the alleged victim online.
One of the key problems is that the victims of the sexual assault are afraid to report the crime because society allows student athletes to feel above the law. People are more likely to believe the perpetrator rather than the victim of the assault because the stats argy of the school would rank the student athlete above regular students.
Now, there's a lot of interesting questions here. First of all, the judge gave him a 6-month jail sentence, 10 years probation, 400 hours of community service, and he's supposed to register as a sexual offender. He was looking at a maximum of 20 years in prison.
In this case, the student athlete was let off with a far lesser sentence than his original charge. This supports our claim that even under the law, athletes are held to a different standard than the rest of the general public.
He makes such specific allegations that they could either be corroborated by the evidence or she should get crushed for making these false allegations. I say let's wait to see whether the evidence can corroborate it. Her biggest hurdle, Megan, is that she didn't report this to the police, but she did report it, allegedly, to hotel security, who laughed in her face and said that she's overreacting, that she should be lucky to have slept with someone like Ben Roethlisberger, and she'd be fired if they found out that she made these allegations. If this is true, I understand why she didn't feel the support of her coworkers and her higher-ups and why she didn't report this to the police.
That is what she claimed.
Felonies. These cases have to start in the criminal world. They can't start in the civil world because it's the wrong message we're sending out to society. It's okay to rape someone. It's okay to assault someone. As long as you write a check to them afterwards apologizing, that's not the way our system is created. Our system is created where there are punitive actions that are taken. Those punitive actions are jail, incarceration.
You know,
Since Ben Roethlisberger is such a highly successful NFL quarterback, it is highly unlikely people will believe allegations against him. In this instance, the security guard laughed in the victim's face when she initially reported it, and she was too scared to report it to police right after it happened. People think so highly of these athletes, they think that they wouldn't do such a crime. We need stricter penalties for these types of crimes because athletes think that they can write checks and just fix the situation. We also need higher penalties because these athletes are potential role models for future society.
Hello everyone, we're here with John Malley of the Wilkes University lacrosse team and Robert Hawkins with the Wilkes University wrestling team. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good, are you?
I just have a few questions for you guys. What do you think about the recent allegations against athletes and sexual crimes?
I think it's a shame. I think they're not focusing enough on the sport that they're playing, and they should be.
I think it's crazy that they think that they can get away with it and how they act and what people look at them.
Alright, do you think that society is targeting athletes because of their social status?
Yes and no. I think that because they're role models to everyone, that people look up to them and want to be like them. But also on the other hand, like the crimes that they commit are just the crimes that they commit, so they're going to be known for that as well. So.
What do you think?
I think people who think that it's bad, I mean, they probably have kids or someone in the family that looks up to this person and they don't want their kids turning out just like them. I mean, they want them to have a good role model to actually physically grow up in the sport and succeed in it.
Alright, do you think anything like this can happen at Wilkes University?
Most definitely. I think it can happen anywhere. I mean, it doesn't even have to be in sport, but I think it happens here and we just don't even know about it because people are afraid to come out and say it.
Like Bobby said, it could definitely happen anywhere. Just because it's Wilkes University doesn't mean anything.
What do you guys think can be done to combat this issue?
I know there's a program out there called This On Us, and it's like a real awareness way where it gets the teams together and just lets them know everyone's together with the situation. So I think awareness is a big part of it.
What do you think?
I think if you take everyone that's involved in the incident and more taking the rest of the teams from where the incident actually happened, combining them, and getting all their ideas together, they would possibly be able to find a way to solve the problem.
Do you think athletes get special treatment when it comes to these type of punishments?
Most definitely from what I've seen. I've seen several cases where a professional sports player is accused of a crime and they get a sentencing, but then it eventually changes to something much, much less, which they don't deserve because they deserve the same amount of time a regular criminal would get.
What do you think?
Easily, I know college athletes, they get caught with this stuff, and since they're important to the team and they keep the school's programs running, they do stuff like transfer, or they get like special treatment where they kind of hide the situation or talk to the victim and tell them drop the charges. So I think they do.
Alright, do you guys think that Division I students or anyone should lose enrollment or their scholarships if they're convicted of such a crime?
Easily, I think you get a scholarship for doing good and being a good person. So if you're doing the wrong things and you're not doing what the program entails, I think they should be able to take your scholarship away. And especially if you're committing crimes like that. I know you can get in trouble for doing stuff like betting, like little stuff that you can get in trouble for. So doing something as big as that, you should be able to get your thing taken away.
What's your thoughts?
And just like he said, if you can lose your scholarship for betting on fantasy football or anything that involves online betting, I think you should definitely lose your scholarship if you're accused of such crimes such as sexual assault.
What would your advice be to the victims of these types of assaults and these crimes?
I would tell the victim to come out right away. There's nothing worth hiding it. You're only gonna break yourself down if you don't get it out.
Yeah, it can only help the case. If you get out, the sooner you let the cops know, the sooner they can do something about the situation, make everything a lot easier.
Alright guys, thank you for your time.
In conclusion, sexual assault among athletes needs to be addressed at a higher level so we can bring that 38% conviction rate of athletes closer to the 80% of the general public.